Welcome everyone to the FIA 250 post race show. That is an all-time classic race in the series. Just truly amazing, truly something else. Thank Herman Tilke for the wonderful, wonderful track. Now let's get to our interviews. So first up would be Doge Racecar, who is sadly not here. Hopefully he could get here later, but not here right now. However, we do have our runner-up taking the second spot on the podium, Hugh Men. Hello,
Hello.
Hugh Men. Alright, so, second place in the FIA 250. Great result, honestly. Will do you some good in the point standings. Hold on, I actually do have the point standings to pull up. But give me a second on that. So, how do you
Yeah,
feel about your race here?
it was a wild one for me. Missed two wrecks.
Yeah, there was a lot of carnage out on the racetrack today. Would you
Got
say it
spun
was scary?
once.
Yeah, you did by Ricky Freeman Jr.
Didn't even know he was in the race.
Oh, didn't even know he was in the race. Is he really that forgettable to you?
Maybe, I guess.
Yeah, I suppose that's understandable. He doesn't really talk often, but a man of not many words, but definitely showed some actions on the track today. Actions detrimental to stock car racing, even. But
Yeah,
ignoring that, you were able to bring it home P2. How did you get through all the carnage to get a P2 here?
luck, mainly luck.
Luck? Well, I'd say you brought some great cars to the track, those rash cars. They both got spun in, like, the exact same way, somehow.
Yeah, yeah. I started second to last. Stayed at the back. Avoided the first wreck. Battling for second. Got spun. Avoided another wreck, and came second.
Yeah, I mean, hey, however you get it, however you can get it, you know? As we say in the industry, we take those.
Indeed.
So, your point standing, you have jumped 14 spots up to 5th in the points. An amazing jump for you. How does that feel to be in the top 5 in the point standings now?
Feels great.
Yeah, it must. Are
Indeed.
you hoping you can get into the playoffs?
Hopefully. If we don't, hopefully we can win while way in.
Yeah, you do have a playoff point from that pole back at Hardtona. So, how do you feel going into Atlanta, going back to a super speedway? You performed so well in Hardtona.
I do feel like Atlanta could be my best track, but we'll see what happens. It's a super speedway. Anything could happen.
Yeah, definitely. Um, but good luck to you in the future, and good job on the second place today.
Thank you.
All right, we have our winner here. Our winner has arrived. Getting paid in all the Bitcoin. Get him out here! Get him out here! Doge Race Car. You are a Cox Series winner. Or not Cox, Extends. Wrong series.
Oh,
Never mind me. You are now an ExtenZe Car Series winner. How does that feel?
I never thought I would be able to get this. This was a pretty hard race, especially that the big pile up. I barely got in. I barely avoided that, so that was interesting to go through. And yep, we won.
I want to pull up something for you in the replay of this race just to show to our great viewers the adversity Doge Race Car faced on his way to this win. Hold on, let me get the stream up. Yeah, we're doing a little bit of streaming action. Um, View this. So, On lap 1, we did not get to showcase this on the broadcast due to going to the lead battle, but you must be wondering, how did Elon's beautiful face come off the car? Well, let's...
Yeah, I was asking that same question. How?
Yeah, how did his beautiful face come off the car? Well, let's show you. Let's fast forward a bit onto lap 1. Yeah, there was a major stack up on lap 1. Look at this. A bunch of cars checked up in front of you, and you just hit them head on.
I mean, yeah, we had. I mean, it just happened in a split second. There was no reaction time. We were gonna have to deal with the damage.
But let's get the stream out of here. You came back from that to win the entire goddamn race. How did you do it?
Well, like I just said, just avoid carnage and you'll be fine. Maybe win the race.
Yeah, you had to battle some tough opponents. Human and Harper Bernard were really on your tail at the end there. How did you fend them off in those final laps?
We just, of course, like defended as much as we could. Just try to pull away. Of course, maybe we didn't, but we still got the win. So all that we did work really hard for that car.
Yeah, I can tell the boys at Premium Motorsports did a great job. How much Bitcoin did you receive, or Dogecoin did you receive for winning this race?
I probably should not be telling that because I don't know. I just don't want people to know that. It's my personal information now. Nobody will
Alright,
know.
alright, understandable. Also, I assume you saw, but like, Elon Musk himself had some beautiful words to share with you. He said, "You, sir, have won the internet for today." How does it feel to win the internet for today?
Really good. Really happy for that.
Yeah, that must be wonderful. And looking at the point standings, you've jumped 17 spots into 13th in the standings, and of course you're going to the playoffs with the win here today. How does that boost the morale for the 98 team going forward?
Really big. Hopefully we could keep this pace up for the rest of the season. Maybe you could do good in the championship.
Definitely, you'll be contending for that title come playoff time. Um,
Yep.
how are you feeling going into Atlanta now?
Gonna be really fun to survive through. Except it will be hard since it is a super speedway, so that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, but after that, we do have another road course in Chicago. Do you think you could follow up your road course success here with another one?
Yeah, most certainly we could do good. I'm doing good at the road courses.
Yeah, you definitely are. And this is just a great moment for you and your team, and congratulations on that win, Dojo Sky.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for coming on the show. Alright, looking through, hi. Looking through,
We're
yeah,
scheduled to get Harper Menard next.
Harper Menard. I don't know where the fuck they are. Hold on, I have a phone call. Maybe it'll show up while this is happening. Just stay here and keep a lookout for him.
You got it.
Hello. I enter from the shadows.
Nice to see you back, Harper Menard.
Oh, it is great to see you as well.
Well, first things first, Abu Dhabi has officially come and gone. P3, one of the cleanest cars on the track, unfortunately couldn't get it done at the end of the day. How you feeling?
Well, we got the podium finish, which apparently matters a lot, now that this is apparently like an F1 race. But, we're happy to take the 42 Havoline machine to a podium finish here at Abu Dhabi, the wonderful racetrack.
Speaking of, do you think you would have had anything else during those last two laps to be able to contend, or was everything you got already on the track?
I feel we simply did not have enough time in overtime restarts, but we had the best car on the track, in my opinion, and if anyone else decides to beat us when we have the best car on the track, they shall pay gravely.
All right. Well, then speaking of paying greatly, next week we got Atlanta. A lot of teams are going to be paying a lot of money for a lot of destroyed race cars. Anything can happen there. What do you feel? How do you feel about your chances at Atlanta?
I feel we'll be the ones raining destruction down on the racetrack. Expect a few surprises at the Atlanta Motor Speedway for the next race.
Ooh. Well, we're going to have to be posted for that. Harper Menard, do you have any closing words you want to say, or?
Thank you for having me on the show. It is wonderful to compete in your very, very fine series here.
Well, we're happy to have you here.
I'm happy to be here.
Hello? Oh, did you get Harper? Did they end up coming?
Indeed, we did. And in doing that, I'll go ahead and leave the stage so we can get the next person on here.
All right. After Harper Menard, it's Caden Lemon. You saw his sponsor Jack Daniels wanted some ad time during that race, and he caused a bit of controversy, but he got a fourth place finish. Tony Stewart fifth. Buddy Ray comes from last to get sixth. Justin Perez seventh. First name, last name eighth. Prue ninth. Barney Calhoun 10th. Avon Cordelia 11th. Haim Wayne King 12th. Jeremy Isley 13th. Drew P. Wiener 14th. And 15th is Pepsi Man! Let's get Pepsi Man up here. You can't talk, but you can text. Alright. Well, I'll relay your messages for everyone in the, who's watching this on YouTube. So, 15th place finish for the 83. How does that feel to just get a decent top 20 here for the 83 car? Really good, especially since both of our cars did decent. You don't think cars are gonna need a lot of repairs? Yeah, a lot of cars are gonna need a lot of repairs. Don't feel too bad. A lot of them are pretty beaten up. But it was a solid race. So let me see how you are in the points. In the points, you went up one spot. Not much of a change, but I suppose consistency is a good thing. Just staying around the same area. It's better to rise a tiny bit than to fall any. Well, good finish, and you're in the thick of it. I mean, that could be said for anyone in this series. If you win a race, you are just in the playoffs and you are set. So, anything can happen here. Now, one thing I noticed at this racetrack, there are plenty of Pepsi advertisements across the racetrack. Were you spreading the good word of Pepsi to the people of Abu Dhabi? You brought them yourself. Wow, that is amazing. Glad you were able to meet with Herman Toke and put up all those ads. always bring at least a Hall or Pepsi truck full of banners. That's very good for advertising. I'm sure the pirates who transport the cars had a lot of fun transporting those over. Unless you're able to, like, teleport them. I mean, you are Pepsi Man, you do have magical Pepsi powers, so it's possible. You're made of Pepsi. That is great. I'm sure that helps with performance on the track to be made of soda. And not just any soda, Pepsi, which is peak soda. I personally prefer Pepsi to Coke, so that's how you know it's great. Coke, more like cock, non-ExtenZe, non-ExtenZe! That is some cock I would never want to touch. Yeah, I'd certainly say so. Well, you're going to be moving on to Atlanta. How do you feel going into Atlanta, Super Speedway race? If you draft get wild speed, not wreck. Yeah, that's generally what you have to do at these super speedways. Hopefully you can get that done. You do not want to know what all that flying around does to your carbonated insides. I do not want to know. I definitely do not want to know what it does to your carbonated insides. But before you could explain more on that, thank you for joining us. Yeah, thank you for joining the post-race show. You're welcome. Alright. Moving on. Knob Shitter 16th, 17th, Ricky Spinhouse 18th. It's that cum boy, you know him, you love him. Cum Shot Jones. Let him up here. Hello.
Hi, my mic may be bad, but don't worry, I'm getting a new one soon.
Oh, you are alright. I know how my issues can be. But you sound fine. Anyways.
That race was mentally and physically draining. Oh my god, I'm exhausted.
You're exhausted. Yeah. Do you need a dude wipe?
I'm gonna need more than dude wipe. I am sweating out my dick right now.
Sweating out your dick. That is absolutely insane. What detail. But despite you sweating out your dick, you got 18th, solid top 20. You have been one of the most consistent drivers this season. Insane consistency out of that 40 car. How are you keeping that up?
We're using the power of Landon Castle. It's nothing with the car, it's just something spiritual that we do at Hillman Circle Sport.
Yeah, Circle Sport did famously have Landon Castle behind the wheel of that 40 car, and you were channeling his energy, truly. Landon Castle, fantastic driver. How is that? How's the spiritual energy of Landon Castle affected that Circle Sport team?
You know, Landon Castle, he's actually one of the workers there at Hillman Circle Sports since Voyager decided to fuck him in the ass. So we're just trying to treat him right after that little incident.
Yeah, he definitely deserves some better treatment than he gets currently. And we did see new paint scheme for you. The Dude Wipe sponsorship comes to fruition. That is great. How does that funding help a small team like Circle Sport?
It helps us very greatly. I mean, Dude Wipes is a very solid sponsorship. It'll make your asshole cleaner than it'll definitely make you cleaner than Ty Gibbs to his teammate Brandon Jones, that's for sure.
Well, that's not a high bar to set, but maybe it'll make you cleaner than Martin Truex Jr.'s driving. So that'd be pretty clean.
Yeah. But overall, it was just a very chaotic day. We tried to keep it clean like Dude Wipes, but unfortunately I feel like it just kind of went nuts.
Yeah, everyone went a bit nuts at this track. So, speaking on your earlier consistency, you're one of the only drivers to remain in the exact same spot in the points, still 6th in points. So, really keeping up the consistency with that 40 car.
And we plan on keeping that for Atlanta. Hopefully we'll be going for a win or a top 5.
Hopefully, yeah.
You know, our number 40 was as fast as Xfinity 10G, as hard as ExtenZe will make your genitals, and as clean as Dude Wipes will make your bunghole.
That is amazing. That is truly high praise for your team. So yeah, you already touched on Atlanta, but how are you feeling about that race?
I'm both optimistic and worried at the same time. You know, Atlanta is a pretty tough track. It can be a very dangerous track for drivers. We're just overall looking on making it to the front, keeping it in the front, and avoiding the chaos. And not being the chaos.
Yeah, definitely what you should do. Well, we're gonna move on. Thank you for joining us on the show, Cumshot Jones. That cumboy.
Thank you.
Alright.
Take care now.
Oh, oops, I accidentally cut him off. He said take care now. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I didn't think I thought you were done. But, thank you for joining us and saying take care to our viewers. They really appreciate it, you know. They're kind people. Alright, next is Ty Dillon, 19th. Not here. But next after that, it's the Lightbringer, who brought plenty of light to this night race at Abu Dhabi. Wait, Kara.
Hey man, what's up?
Hello. Do we actually have Kara this time?
Do you not recognize my voice? It's me, Tommy Schmuckleheads, the spotter.
You sound
We talked
exactly
before.
like Tommy Pickleball Jones.
No, he's a great guy. I'm not him. I have heard that before though.
Yeah, you guys sound really similar.
I couldn't have his raw talent when it comes to commentary.
Yeah, he is a very top commentator. But Tommy Schmuckleheads, moving on to the
You
DK
just call me
Racing Cars.
Chuckleheads?
Schmuckleheads.
Okay, good, thank you.
Alright.
Sorry, we've had a bit of a bad race. Linkara's pretty upset. Yeah, positive energy we're trying to get through. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah. Well, you still brought home a top 20. That's not bad.
Could have been better. We were in the conversation for top 10, maybe even a top 5 from the start. In my opinion, and of course Linkara's opinion, who could not make it. He's on a tight schedule. We were involved in some pretty bad wrecks, some stupid ones too. He got really upset. I think it was Caden Lemon or Lexi Herman, one of those cars. Just went straight into him on a restart and gave him some trouble. So he's not happy. It's been a great week of achievement for the team, but this race is not what we were asking for the 23 team.
Yeah, it was pretty, the incident was, Caden Lemon bumped into Roger Penske, who ended up turning Prue as well as not yourself, Linkara. So that's what happened on that incident.
Yeah, I mean, he's upset now. As a spotter, I got to always look forward. Mostly because we're at the back. But look forward in terms of events. We got Atlanta coming up, as you've said to some other drivers that have been on.
Yes, Atlanta's coming up. But your Linkara's teammate, Pepsi Man, has brought a guerrilla marketing campaign of Pepsi to Abu Dhabi. Is that something that BK Racing has helped support?
Well, it's a bit like Harper Menard. I believe they bring Menard sponsorships just because of that last name, Pepsi Man being made of Pepsi, and the name, it just sort of follows him. So it's pretty cool to see. Any publicity is good publicity for BK Racing. The 23 team, mostly, we're pretty tight knit. It's not a huge operation, so we are super happy for the 83 team, our teammates, and the team also really happy with the 98, the race winner. I just want to give a shout out to them. Well done. Nice to see a small team win. But it's pretty good to see some positives come out of this race.
Yeah, I mean, 2 top 20s, that's not bad for your team at all. 15th to 20th.
It's like 36 cars. It ain't the best. We'd like to improve.
Still, in terms of standings, you took a small hit, but not much of a hit. You just lost 1 spot to Ty Dillon in the points standings, who beat you by 1 spot. Literally, the difference of 1 position between you two.
Ty Dillon's been doing some good racing. Not much more you can say than that. Obviously, you got to look out for the other opponents. And Ty Dillon has been up there this race and this season.
Yeah, you heard the comparisons to Lewis Hamilton during the broadcast, so you can't hit your head in shame losing to Ty Dillon at a road course, really.
I suppose not. I mean, yeah, not much more you can say.
Anyways, your team moving on to Atlanta. This is super speeders are typically a big opportunity for these small teams. How do you guys feel about that?
Well, we had a good run at a hard toner. Atlanta, more the same. Just anything can happen. I mean, anything can happen in most of the races. So there's always that air of unpredictability. Super speedway is definitely more so. We're all going to be close together. All going to be just going crazy, trying to make a move as the race continues. As a spotter, it's a pretty tough job to keep control of that and keep my driver, Linkara, calm. But, it worked for hard toner. We can do it again.
Yeah, Linkara seems like no offense to him, zero offense, man. He seems to get easily agitated from what I know of him. So I hope that doesn't come into play at Atlanta. It's gonna be really hot there, so that might be bothersome. But
yeah, he has had some stuff that he said to me that a lot of it I can't repeat on TV or wherever this is. I'm not sure where this is being broadcasted. No insult to you, of course, but yeah, Linkara's got some problems after this race. He has asked me to air some bad feelings out. I'm just trying to keep positive with it.
yeah, definitely good to stay positive for that BK Racing team as you go into Atlanta. Thank you for coming on the show, Tommy Schmuckleds.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me again.
Yeah. Alright, moving on. Jersey Devil, Kyler Sestrai, 21st, 22nd. But next and 23rd, it's Win Nergington.
Hello.
Well, welcome to the show, Winnergenton. So, brought that wonderful Cognizant sponsorship to Abu Dhabi. Could only finish 23rd, but still not terrible. You didn't wreck out, so that's probably good.
Yeah, I think our car was actually pretty fast. We just got caught up in a lot of incidents, which definitely doesn't help.
Yeah, definitely never helps to be in a bunch of incidents, but at least no terminal damage. Um, so just how did you feel your race went overall?
Well, definitely could have gone better. I felt like I got wrecked, and I was wrecking someone, and then just couldn't get away from people.
Yeah, it tended to be like that out there. A lot of tight racing, especially if you weren't towards the front. Towards the front, they spread out a bit more, but towards the back, it was just a complete hornet's nest that whole race.
Yeah, especially on restarts as well.
Yeah. So, so you had a lot of sponsors you listed on your in-car interview today, but focusing on one of them, how did it feel to bring the Aston Martin sponsor Cognizant onto the car for this week?
Yeah, they were super nice about bringing the sponsorship deal, even if it was a little bit late. We're just gonna run a FedEx car here, but I guess FedEx helped in other ways.
Yeah, we hear that FedEx helped ship your cars across the ocean, ship the Joe Gibbs cars. You guys didn't use our wonderful pirates that we had bring the cars across. So
Yeah, unfortunately, we kind of forgot about the 20 car, so he had to like fly in some other plane. We don't know who actually brought him in.
oh, well, that's interesting. I hear that
Yeah, a
Harper
bit of a
Menard
oopsie.
has multiple planes they fly. Might have brought them in.
Maybe. Never
Um,
know.
yeah, who knows? He also had an F1 sponsorship. Had F-115 on the car, so that was fun to see.
Yeah. Uh, he was somehow not the last car running, which sadly for Call of Sexwords, who was leading at one point, he just couldn't finish up front.
Yeah, sadly. Um, for you though, mixed bag in terms of points. You lose the points lead, but you lose it to your teammate Justin Perez, and you stay second. How's it feel to have the Joe Gibbs cars 1-2 in the points?
Yeah, sucks it's not me, but Joe Gibbs' car leading is still a very good thing.
Yeah, definitely. Perez has had a fantastic season thus far, even if he hasn't won yet. Are you
And
hoping
he
the
is
18 car
the
gets the victory
champion.
lane?
Yeah, we sure hope so.
Yeah. Speaking of places to potentially find victory lane, moving on to Atlanta, how are you feeling about another super speedway race?
Yeah, we didn't have a lot of luck at Daytona, even if I did actually finish pretty well. But hopefully, Joker's Racing got a pretty good package and we can all finish up front.
Hopefully. It was nice to have you on the show yet again. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for hosting.
All right. Next up, Roger Penske not here in 24th. Lexi Herman not here in 25th. Mike Cox flopping 26th. Let's get him on the show. Mike Cox flopping. Oh, well, welcome to the show, Mike Oxfloppin.
Yep. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem. So today at Abu Dhabi, it was a bit of a struggle. Finished 26th. Definitely not ideal, but not in last car, but not ideal. So how do you feel your race went here?
Uh, Honestly, quite disappointing. But it started seventh, finishing 26th. Not what I want to see. Only thing that's really positive, we're bringing something new to one of these races, possibly. Definitely signed a contract with a sponsor.
I heard. I heard about that
Oh,
sponsor.
already.
I'm gonna say we might have to look at that big man run. One of the greatest rushing
Hey.
players, not just quarterbacks, players in the NFL ever might be on board that 88 car soon.
Oh yeah,
White
that
lightning,
guy.
some call him.
Well, yeah, White Lightning. That is the guy. I mean, if we look at these stats that he's had throughout his career, uh, he has had 168 attempts for 862 yards with 16 touchdowns.
That's amazing.
That's the greatest of all time stats right there.
The GOAT. Yeah, I agree. As another hit, as a major Baltimore Ravens fan, I'm very excited for this. Very excited. But moving past White Lightning, onto your point situation.
They're not gonna look very good.
Not the best, but not the worst. You dropped 4 spots, but you're still in the top 15, hanging on to 15th. You think you can crack back into the playoffs at Atlanta?
We still have a decent amount of races left, so I don't think it's just Atlanta that I need to be focused on to get back into there. I still have a while left till playoffs start, but I still want to hit that goal of all 4 of my team's drivers get into the playoffs or at least near it. And it wasn't the greatest for Hendrick overall. The only person who improved position since the qualified heat was Olivia Hammond, who went from 32nd to 30th. But, we can't really put most of these wrecks ahead of us. We didn't cause them, most of them. We just look forward next one and let's hopefully get a win.
Yeah. In terms of your driver's point standings, currently you're in 15th, of course. Wally Dallenbach Jr. not doing great after this race in 24th, which, I guess I don't have to ask him about that now. Or I still will ask him about it. I have to ask him about it. And then 31st, Ezra Bass really not doing good. Olivia Hammond also in danger here, in 10th in the playoffs, but only off a tiebreaker. It's currently in a 3-way tie for 10th with Harper Bernard and Jersey Devil. So, are you looking to improve just the whole team going forward?
I will look to improve the. I will like to improve Ezra and Wally Dallenbach's vehicles right now. It seems like me and Olivia have a pretty good car right now. Just going for playoffs, we kind of want to focus on our lower down the playoffs to hopefully get them into the playoffs and eventually focus on equal cars whenever we get around playoff time.
Yeah, definitely. Maybe you could use the power of the power of White Lightning to bring you to the playoffs.
Maybe we just got that energy, that playoff run that eventually led to the Super Bowl via White Lightning, that absolute beauty of a playoff
Yeah,
run he had.
some legendary playoff runs, or well, one particular legendary playoff run that I'm sure you want to live up to. Um, so yeah, I think that's about all I want to ask. Thank you for coming on the show, Mike Oxfloppin.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I can't wait to win next week.
Yep. See you. All right, next on the show, Kumar Yukihara, unfortunately not here. Then Ricky Freeman Jr., also unfortunately not here. But now, Wally Dallenbach Jr. Oop, there you go.
Nice to be back.
And nice to hear from you again. Abu Dhabi was a rough run for the 24 team. Finished 29th overall. Not what you're looking for. How did you feel your race went?
honestly, it started off pretty well. We had good qualifying, not the best speed, but at least we were decent. Unfortunately, we got a little bit roughed up later in the race of 23. I don't think it was necessarily their fault, more of a situation of circumstance. But we tried our best to come back and at least get some level of competitiveness, but just not our day.
Yeah, but your points hit. I discussed with Mike Coxwell. You're fittingly the 24 is 24th in points. Let me see how much of a drop that was. Uh, it was a 15 position drop. Jeez. Are you hoping to just try and forget about that and rebound from it?
Yeah, new courses, especially for us, aren't exactly the best. Especially something like Abu Dhabi, never really raced at this kind of track before. But of course, next week we got Atlanta, which Hendrick cars were one of the best manufacturer teams. So we're looking to rebound and try to get back into the points.
Yeah. Also, hold on. Sorry, I have to leave for like 1 second. I'll be right back. Where were we?
Believe we were talking about the rebound going into Atlanta.
Oh yeah. How do you feel about the cars going into Atlanta? You said the head power pretty great. Are you confident about your super speedway abilities though?
Absolutely. Daytona was a little bit of a odd situation. Not really used to having the walls that constricted, but of course, going out and driving somewhere like Atlanta, even though it's not supposed to be a super speedway, it is, but we should be pretty good going there.
Yeah. Apparently, Linkara has a message to read out to the viewers and drivers. We'll get to that at the end of the show. But, on that aside, thank you for coming on while I'm back here.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Moving on. 30th, Olivia Hammond, not here. 31st, Christopher Kenseth, not here. 32nd, Bob Caucus, not here. 33rd, Carl Sexford's, not here. 34th, Pastor Maldonado, who had a flip we will surely be referencing as much as NASCAR references the Ryan Newman flip, not here. But 35th, unfortunately, Austin Dillon. Let's get him up here. Hello, AD. How's it going?
Actually, not the worst. Probably a lot better than like at least 20 other drivers.
A lot better than at least 20 other drivers. I mean, yeah, you're already in the playoffs. You don't have to worry about taking points at that much. So, I guess it's fine for you. But, is he alright?
Sorry, I'm back. My microphone exploded.
Oh, it's alright. Don't worry.
Yeah.
But alright, so.
What were you saying again?
So, you finished 35th after an engine failure. Run really well during the race, but that's just gotta be unfortunate.
My engine in practice, like after qualifying before the race, it was starting to give out some smoke, so we had to go dumpster diving in America to go find a new engine. Because I didn't want to buy one off Amazon. What the hell am I? So we had to use a engine from the dumpster. We found it in the dumpster. We found it from an old car. All I could really see was a 76 number on it. That was really it. It was actually not in that bad condition, but the engine was the only thing we could salvage from it. And it blew up.
Yeah, blew up pretty hard. So, you guys just look at the move on from this and hopefully not have an engine failure as you go into another super speedway, which you've won at previously.
Well, I saw Ty talk about how we don't talk about this finish. I want to talk about it. This is the kind of performance that you can't just shrug off. You can't just shrug this off and just pretend it never happened. You have to reflect on your failure to grow and get better as a driver, because you can't just ignore all that and just expect to run top 10, top 5 every week. You gotta figure out what works and what doesn't, and then just focus on that.
Yeah, that's motivational. Thank you, Austin Dillon. Honestly, like that mentality could go for a lot of drivers. I think they just want to move on from bad days.
Mm-hmm.
But in the points, you of course are in the playoffs already, so it doesn't really matter that much to you. But took a massive hit, down 15 spots to 29th in the points.
What do you think I care about that? I am going to become the first multi-champion. I'm gonna get into the playoffs and then do amazing there. But for the rest of the season, I'm just gonna go last car all the way to the point where no one else even has a chance of catching me. And then I'm gonna win the actual championship and the last car championship at the same race. Like, if you catch my drift.
Wow, those are lofty goals for the 3 team.
Yeah.
That's wow. You are truly an inspiration, Austin Dillon.
Well, we'll probably get at least one of those for it if our engine keeps friggin' blowing up every week.
Yeah, but so you're moving on to Atlanta. You have won the only super speedway race thus far.
Yeah.
Does that give you confidence going into Atlanta?
Well, I think it really depends on how I qualify, because if I qualify near the back, I am most certainly going to get taken out early on due to a wreck. If I start in the top half of the field, I think I have a much better chance of just surviving the early race than being towards the back. Of course, there are advantages being towards the back. If you survive a wreck, then you're just automatically into it. But yeah, it's not really fun being towards the back most races or at all in anything.
Yeah. So yeah, great to hear from you, Austin Dillon. Good luck at Atlanta, and good luck on
Also,
that.
one more thing. There was an ad during the race, which was me talking about signing autographs and Coke Zero Sugar. That was not an ad. That was me right after getting out of the car. That was live footage of me having some nice Coke.
Wow. Can't believe they recorded that and got a cinematic shot so quickly.
Yeah. Then again, it's the same guys that get those cinematic, very high quality victory photos. Those same guys.
You have a great ExtenZe camera crew for media and such.
Yeah.
But thank you for joining us on the show, Austin Dillon.
Thank you.
Truly inspirational, and I wish you luck on those lofty goals you have.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
See ya.
See ya. Well, to wrap up our show, we have a message from Tommy Smuggleheads given by Linkara to him to read out on those posters to finish off our show. Let's hear it.
Hi again. I'm sorry to take up more of your time. Linkara just had a quick chat to me, and he insists that I say this. This is all his words. This is nothing that I believe. So, and I quote: "Hayden Lemon, you son of a bitch. I am sick and tired of racing against foolish, drunken amateurs in this professional racing series. You take my valuable time up by sending me to the medical center instead of letting me go to my filming of Atop the Fourth Wall, which, by the way, gets more views than Doug and is better than anything Doug could ever make. You leech off your Jack Daniels sponsor whilst I work hard to earn the respect of Dr. Bob and Chugga Queef, who were robbed of a new sponsorship deal by your actions. Hayden Lemon, oh man, you have no talent. You are nothing. Watch out at Atlanta, because if you think that stupid gif of me running at the camera is funny, you'll see just how funny it'll be when my magical blunderbuss blows one of your wheels out mid-race."
He has a magical blunderbuss.
Does he carry that? And I need to talk to him. I wasn't expecting to hear any of this. I'm sorry to Caden. This is Linkara speaking. There's nothing to do with the team. I need to go chat with him. I'm sorry that I had to say that on TV, but I got to go talk to him.
Both shots fired at Caden Lemon and Doug Walker. Wow, chilling words from Linkara to end off our show. But thank you, mostly to the post-race show here, and thank you to all the drivers who joined Arn. I'll do it for our coverage of Abu Dhabi, and we'll see you next week at Atlanta.